Hi guys, and welcome back again to my channel. My name is Oyinka, and if it's your first time stopping by, then you baby are most definitely welcome. Now in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my first ever paycheck working as a doctor in the NHS. If you don't know, I am a medical doctor and I recently relocated from Nigeria, where I was working in the emergency department in one of the federal hospitals in Nigeria. And right now I am working still in the emergency department, but in one of the hospitals in the NHS. If that sounds like something that you'll be interested in, then please keep on watching. If it's your first time stopping by, hi, I would love to have you over here. So please do well to hit that subscribe button down below to join this family, and share this video, guys, with everyone who cares to watch it. And without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Now, first things first. Like I said, I was working in the emergency department in one of the federal hospitals in Nigeria. Right now, I am working as an FY2 in the NHS. And if you don't know, an FY2 is a fairly new graduate. An FY2 is someone who literally is in the second year post graduation from medical school. And I am actually in my 5th year post graduation from medical school, because I graduated medical school in 2017. A little backstory: when you're coming abroad, more often than not, you may have to start from a level that is lower than what you were when you were in your home country. I decided to start from an FY2 level just because I felt like I didn't know the NHS and I wanted to learn. I wanted to be a sponge to soak up things. I might have started from a level a little above FY2, which would be like a junior clinical fellow level. That would be like an ST1 level. But because I just felt like the difference is not that much in terms of pay, might as well start at a lower level. So that's what I did. I'm currently at an FY2, which means foundation year 2 level. Now again, because I have about 4 years experience working as a doctor, I am not getting the same basic salary that someone who just is in their second year working as a doctor would get. I submitted some documents to my employers, which were overseas work experience documents, to show that I have a little more experience than an FY2 would typically have. Because of that, my basic salary was increased from, I believe it was 31,000 to 35,000. I feel like that is like the baseline that everybody should know. Great. So now I'm going to jump into the details of what my take-home pay was. So I started working in the NHS on the 17th of January 2022, and I wasn't paid any money till February, the end of February basically. So meaning that I worked for about 2 weeks in January and 4 weeks in February. So this pay slip I'm going to show you is 6 weeks worth of pay. The reason why I wasn't paid any money in January was because I started after the payroll had already been done. So I had to wait till February to receive my 2 weeks worth of pay in January and my full month worth of pay in February. Again, I'm going to blur out some details that I feel are not necessary for public consumption, but if you can see the assignment number, that is like my unique number that's associated to me. Then my employee name, which is my name, as you guys know, and the hospital that I'm currently working in. Then you can see the department, which says ED medical staff. ED stands for emergency department medical staff, and the job title is foundation officer year 2, and the pay scale is foundation house officer 2. And the salary or wages, so my salary again is £35,056, and this is for the entire year. But I just want to say that this is not like the take-home pay, it's just the basic salary, and there are a few things here and there that make the salary more than what's displayed here, which are working weekends, working out of hours and stuff like that. And the date that my contract is going to terminate is written right there, and the standard hours. So the standard hours are 40 hours. of which you know that as a doctor, you cannot typically work just 40 hours a week. There are times that you're going to work more, but just because that's what's in your contract, 40 hours is what was written here. Then the tax office name, my tax reference, and my tax code. My tax code in this payslip is wrong, and I've called HMRC to rectify that because I was taxed more than I should have been. And then my national insurance number. Great, so let's move into the nitty-gritty of this payslip. So you can see that it says basic pay here, and in the next column it says 173.81, which basically means that I worked for 173 hours, 0.81. I was also paid at £16.80 for those number of hours I worked. Then my basic pay areas, you can see, like I told you guys, I worked for 2 weeks in February, so those were 84 hours, 84.10 hours, and I was paid still at 16.8077 for those hours, taking my pay to 1,413.55. If you work in London, you are entitled to a London zone allowance of about £2,000 per annum, and that translated to around £180.17 at a rate of £1 thereabout per hour that I worked. Then again, same for London zone arrears. For the 84 hours I worked before, translated to £87.18. Now, if you don't know, like I told you guys before, because I'm a doctor working in the emergency department, I have a few extra hours here and there, and because the emergency department is pretty busy, I'm on a 1A banding, and I'm paid £8.40 per every extra stress, quote and unquote, that I would go through because I'm working in the emergency department. So I was paid £706 for January, and I was paid £1,460 for February. So all the amount of money that I earned, when you sum everything up, took it to £6,769. Now, wouldn't it be great if that was my take home? Unfortunately, I'm in the U of the K, and that's not the way it works. So for that amount of money, which is $6,696, I was taxed pay as you earn $1,268.20. So that's what I paid in taxes for that amount of money. You can see the slash there was pretty drastic. And I paid my national insurance. So national insurance is for things like the NHS, because I know people like to say the NHS is free healthcare, but it's not truly free healthcare because you pay for it from your salary. Do you know what I mean? So I paid £458.65, and it's not just the NHS, it's the NHS and public things that go into public funds. Do you know what I mean? Then the NHS pension, so that's my pension, and I'm doing like a 9.3% contribution, so I paid £428.01. Now you can opt out of NHS pension if you want. It's not compulsory, but I've heard people say that it's a good pension scheme to be on, and you know, it's never too early to start saving for retirement, so why not? Do you know what I mean? If I had studied in the UK, there would have been student loan deductions probably from this salary, but again, I didn't study in the UK. I don't have any obligations per se in terms of payment, so this is what was deducted from my salary. I forgot to show you guys. So you see this expenses NP, NT, NNI, that is like it's like an accommodation allowance that my trust is giving me because I came all the way from Nigeria to the UK. So they're giving me a £500 accommodation allowance, and that money is not taxable because it's like contributing to your accommodation essentially, so they are not taxing it. So you can see that my taxable pay was £6,341.65, and my non-taxable pay was the £500 that my trust gave me towards my accommodation allowance since I relocated. They're only doing this for 3 months, and this was the first month of the 3 months that they are doing it for. So my total payments were £7,269.66 and a total deduction of £2,100 £154.86 was made, taking my net home pay to £5,114.80. Now, if you want to do the math to see how much is my actual salary, it would be, let me press calculator because your girl does not know maths like that. But anyways, 5,114.80 minus 500, because like I said, the 500 is not constant, it's only for 3 months, and 3 months is almost up anyways. So that would take my pay to 4,614. Remember, this is not for 1 month, it's for 6 weeks, so you can divide that by 6. That would be £796, and then multiply that by 4, which would take my monthly pay to around £3,000 per month. So if you are thinking of leaving your home country to come to the NHS to work, then you would know that this amount of money is what you are expecting. Something around this is what you're expecting to take home per month if you are working as an FY2 with a base salary of £35,000, working with a band 1A banding. Because if you're working with a banding, maybe 1B or something, maybe you're working in a place that's less stressful than the emergency department, your money is going to be a little less. If you're working not in London, because again, remember that I have London allowance, the money is going to be a little less. So these are the factors that you should put in mind when you are choosing to come to work in the NHS as a doctor from abroad. Is this money enough to take care of your basic needs? I would say yes. Housing in London is pretty expensive. Right now I'm in a studio apartment, and my studio costs a whopping £1,200 per month. So if you subtract that, you can see that I'm spending almost half of my income on rent alone. So I mean, these are things that you should definitely bear in mind when you're coming. If you're a family person, you have children, you're going to want to stay in a place that's slightly bigger. That means that you're going to spend a little more money. Maybe you're going to be spending around £1,600 a month on rent. You know, these are factors that you should definitely consider when you are choosing to come over to London. But again, there you have it, guys. This is how much I made as my first paycheck working as a doctor in the NHS. I hope this was really enlightening for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a massive thumbs up if you enjoy it, and hit that subscribe button down below to join this family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.